How's it going, everybody? It's time for another great Mr. Poestyle video. And today, I'm going to be installing the graphics on my iArcade's GRS control panel that I got from GameOnGrafix. They have decals and artwork for different cabinets, but there's a whole iArcade section in there. You can get decals, and you can even get custom-made ones if you want. When I bought the GRS control panel and swapped it out last year with the original iArcade panel, I've been very happy with the thing ever since. And I was happy enough with just the plain black. It looks good. It matches the machine. It's plain black. I did look at the decals when people first started talking about them from GameOnGrafix, but the original decals they had, you had to unhook every single button on that control panel, take everything out, then put everything back again after the decals were on. And I was like, well, it looks good enough. I didn't want to mess that up. So I'm like, the panel looks fine. But then they came out with this plexiglass option where the holes are all cut out for the GRS. It has the artwork of all the different iArcade cabinets. And check for availability for yours on their website. I'll have their website in the description of this video. But yeah, pretty simple looking. You take out your joysticks and you take out your spinners, and then it has double-sided tape on it, and you just put it on. So they make artwork for, but just below the panel, there's just a plain black panel there. And so there was a Labor Day sale. This was last minute. I saw it late at night. Somebody posted it on one of the iArcade groups on Facebook. I went there and looked at that and the plexiglass, and just, hey, I ordered them both, and they actually came here a week and a half ago, something like that. But I returned to work, so I had a long, busy week. Decided to do the whole thing tonight. So, without further ado, let's put our GameOnGrafix on our RetroMania iArcade and our GRS control panel from Glenn. Let's do it. Do it. Okay, so here you have our GRS control panel. The only things you'll have to take off are your ball top joysticks or bat top, whatever you have installed there, and your spinners. And then you can put that thing right on. Just make sure it's nice and clean. Now I also bought artwork from GameOnGrafix for the front here too, for the RetroMania cabinet to install, just so it wasn't plain. But I do like the plain look of the GRS panel. So I stored my original iArcade panel away in the GRS control panel box last, I think it was November, about a year ago when I installed the GRS panel. Wrapped it up nice, kept all the paperwork and those two tools that you're going to need. Well, unless you have a hex or an Allen head wrench set. But there's the old bat tops in there and the paperwork is all in there. But yeah, you'll just need a little wrench, a little Allen head or hex wrench. So that was the original artwork. And you can see I still had plastic on the buttons, the film, the wrap, protective wrap, and never took them off. So just wanted it to match the original artwork of the cabinet. So go on to GameOnGrafix and they have a couple options. So there again is the original iArcade deck, and there's our plain Jane GRS deck that we're using now. Like I said, I like the plain black. It was nice. It was good enough. But now that we have this new option with the plexiglass, I figured I'd go for it. I wouldn't have to take all the buttons out and put in the new decals and put the buttons back. So we got our packaging here, and I got one of those little squeegee thingies to put the graphic on that front panel. Make sure the air bubbles are out of it when I put it on. And there's our little how-to letter for that from them. And inside, all wrapped up in this paper, that's going to be our plexiglass that we're going to lay over our GRS control panel. Nice and neat. Nice and neat. A lot of packing there. Just rip on through, and there it is. All the holes punched out, the nice artwork. I really like the way it looks. And again, this is going to make it so much simpler than just ordering the vinyl decals from them. You see you have your double-sided tape they have there. You got 6 pieces there, so you'll just take those covers off of there when the time comes. Covers, peel them off. And this was the mistake. They accidentally sent me Double Dragon, and I didn't know the night I've had my box from them, and all I checked was the Plexiglass ahead of time. So they did not send me the RetroMania. So I'll have to do that in another video. So now we want to take off our joysticks and our spinners. And you'll see, it's just going to be real simple. A lot simpler if I wasn't holding the camera in one of my hands. So you're just going to lift up that little dust cover and you'll see where it's kind of flat on that joystick. That's where you put the wrench. And then you just loosen it counterclockwise. Spin that joystick right off of there. Don't lose your little dust cover afterwards. You're going to want to put that back on. Boop. There you go. We did the player 1 side, now let's do player 2. Simple as can be, same thing, it's out of there. But the dust got trapped under the dust cover. Isn't that ironic? And there you're going to see where your little set screw is. Spin it around your spinner until you see the set screw there. And stick your Allen wrench in there. And it's just like a half turn with it. It's loose enough to slide it right off. Just a little half turn there. And it's off. And we'll do the same thing for the other side, obviously. There's our set screw. There's a little weird hair stuck to my finger. And half turn and it's off as well. It did gather a little bit of dust under there, so wipe it clean. Wipe it clean with a cloth now before you put your Plexiglass on. And now we're just going to test fit it. You should do this. Just make sure the holes are right. You have to push down a little around the volcano button ones there. It'll go right into place. Yeah, you just make sure everything's going to be fitting in there before you peel off your double-sided tape. Everything feels good. Everything looks good. So now we'll just take it back off and peel off the double-sided tape there. So we flip it over. 1, 2, 3, 4 by the trackball, 5, 6. So just the corners and on either side of the trackball is where you'll really need to push down. So you're going to want to push down hard enough all over the whole thing just to make sure it's down over those buttons. But yeah, just peel that off just like that and the tape is there waiting for you. Very exciting stuff. And we're just going to take it over to our iArcade and our GRS control panel. Slide it right over all the buttons. I'm just making sure everything has cleared. Yep. And I'm just pushing down to make sure it's all the way down around each button, each joystick hole. And once I make sure it's down around everything, then I'll press the sections that have the double-sided tape either side of the trackball and each corner. Push it down, give it a rub. Rub it. Yeah. And just quadruple checking now. Yeah, we're all in place. Looking good in the neighborhood. So now we just need to reinstall. I did it in the opposite order to make it easier to get those spinners back on before the joystick. So get our spinners back. Tighten that set screw. Give it a little tug to make sure it doesn't come flying off. That's what she said. Spin it around there. Player 2, or second spinner. There we go. Give it a tweak. Pull up. It's good. Player 1 joystick with dust cover. Hope you didn't lose it. I hope you didn't lose it. You want to keep dust out of your hole. That's what she also said. When I start tightening anything like this, I give it a little half spin counterclockwise first, just so it clicks in place so you're not cross-threading. And then turn it clockwise while you hold that wrench on that flat part again. And player 2 is ready to go now, or we're tightening it in. And we're good, everything's tight, the camera's flying everywhere. And there it is. There's our new plexiglass artwork. GameOnGrafix. I think it looks really nice now, just the panel matches everything else on the cabinet. And just to show you the two together, grab the original iArcade panel that didn't have the trackball or spinners. There's the original artwork, and there's the new artwork. And of course they had the size down a little bit because of the trackball being there and everything. They didn't want to cut the guys' heads off or anything. So a little bit smaller picture. Doesn't any longer say iArcade over in that bottom right corner. But that's okay. Beautiful. And we get a little extra layer of protection on there. But the main reason is for aesthetics. It looks good. Good. So there you have it. That was us putting our GameOnGrafix on our GRS control panel. The Glen deck, as we like to call it. And it went on nice, smooth, and easy. As you can see, it is super helpful if you still have the tools that Glen and the Thundersticks team sent whenever you did your install of the GRS control panel, because then you already have the little Allen head wrench, and you have the little, oh, I said wrench, regular wrench, and you can get right in there. If not, you probably have some tools laying around, some Allen head and hex bits. You can fit right in those little set screws. Just a little half turn with that thing, and it's loose enough to come right off. Put it back on, put that set screw back in there. Double-sided tape, 6 pieces of it, you know. Take it off there and smooth it down. But yeah, make sure you test fit it first. Make sure you got the panel wiped nice and clean. Now, unfortunately, they sent me the wrong artwork for down below. They sent me the Double Dragon instead of the RetroMania artwork. So I did reach out to Scott through email. And, of course, it's Saturday night. I did the same thing tonight that I did there a few weeks ago whenever I got my monitor, my new monitor. I did the unboxing and everything right on camera while I was going to do the install, and then found out, you know, with the monitor there were no screws. I found out that I didn't get the RetroMania artwork for down underneath on that plain black panel there. I got the Double Dragon. So I sent him out an email as of this recording, which it's only been about an hour since I sent the email. I didn't see any reply yet, but it's Saturday night, so I don't expect to. Very happy with the plexiglass cover. It gives you just a little bit of extra protection on there. Not that you really need extra protection because that deck is built like a tank, but it makes it look nice. And I did a little comparison of the original and that one. I think it's really nice. I am really happy with it. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, of course, to buy the plexiglass with the artwork on it than it is just to buy the vinyl artwork. But now you have a protective cover to protect that artwork and everything on there. Just looks really nice, and it's just really super simple to do. So yeah, check out the website for pricing on there. You know, it could change, there could be sales and stuff. Keep your eyes open for that. And put your ear to the ground or eye to the Facebook groups for iArcade. A lot of times people will mention that website, and they'll say, hey, there's a sale going on or whatever. So that's what I did. It was the Labor Day sale. Let me know what you think about the graphics in the comments down below. Do you have an iArcade? Did you buy the plexiglass, or did you buy the vinyl decals? Are you thinking about it? Now that you've seen this video, do you think you'll do it? I like it. I'm very happy with it. I got my new monitor in there. I got the new Viper in there. I got the new glass on there instead of the plexiglass protector. And then the plexiglass control deck thing. Now all I need is my little artwork. So as soon as they send that out, I'll stick that on too. I was hoping to make that all part of this one video, but hey, stuff happens, especially with very small businesses like that. It's not the end of the world. So thank you for joining me for another great Mr. Poestyle video. And I hope to see you on the next one. Yes, indeedy. Oh, Nacho. Come here, Nacho. No biting. No bite. Ooh! No biting! Oh, Nacho, stop!